Hi everyone, this video is going to be about sharing files. I wanted to focus more on network sharing and about sharing off network when you have these humongous files that you need to send to somebody, but there's a cap on your email and you can't really send it to them. Well, first let me focus on network sharing. Um, Whether you're in a home group, which Windows already built, or you're on a network, there's a very easy process to sharing files. Now, I'm on my desktop right now, and I'm going to right-click my desktop and create a new folder. And in this folder, I'm gonna name this folder test. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also create a new text file, and I'm gonna name this text file test. Now I want to share this test text file with the rest of the people in my house. So suppose that here in my house I have my wife connected to the router and the TV computer is on, and I want everyone to have access to this test document where they can edit it, save it, anything like that. This file could be anything. This is really like an arbitrary file type. It could really be a video or music or whatever. So how do I go about sharing this file with everyone here in my home? Well, the easy way to do it, and it's a very easy way, first I'm going to place it in a folder. And you'll see here that now I have this test folder, and in it you have my test document. And there's two ways of doing this. I'm going to show you the one that I particularly am used to the most. Now I'm using Windows 8. This also works with Windows 7, Windows XP. It's a very similar thing. Vista, every version of Windows. So how do I go about sharing it? So I got my folder right here. I'm going to right click it, and from the context menu I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom where I have properties. I'm going to click on properties, and you'll see that now I have some tabs here. I have a general tab where I can modify certain things. For example, is a read-only attribute. I can make it a hidden. I can hide this particular folder so no one else can see it. I have security, I have customize, but I skipped the second one, and that's sharing. So right now you'll see that it is currently shared. Normally, I'm sharing my entire computer to my network. But if you're using a computer and it's not sharing anything on a network, you can just choose to share this particular folder just by going to sharing and click on share. Now you see here that there's a network path. That means that this is the path that any other computer in my home will have to type in order to access this folder. Obviously, my computer has to be on and connected to the router. Internet's not necessary because we have a home network. Even if the internet's down, we're still going to be able to access this network path. So this network path is really, like the URL or the address of this folder that if anyone puts into a computer, they will be able to access this particular folder. All right, so I'm going to click on share, and I'm going to show you the options here that Windows has given me. So right now, this folder is shared only by me. I'm the owner. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to say I want to share this with everyone. That means everyone on my network. As a matter of fact, if I'm connected to a home group, I can share it with a specific home group. But I'm going to choose to share it with everyone. And I'm going to click on Add. And then it's going to tell me what permission level do I want to give everyone. So read, it just means that they're allowed to see, but they're not allowed to edit. Sometimes this is smart if you want to share items that you don't want people to modify, like I have an important document and I don't want someone to basically make changes to it. But suppose I do want people to make changes to it, like rename the file or add more to it or whatever it is, I can give it read and write properties. And when I click on share, you'll see here it takes a few minutes, and then right away it's telling me that it is ready and it's available to be shared. I can email this link to someone on my network, or I could just copy and paste it into another program, or I could just tell someone like, hey, hit start, hit run, and type in your little search bar 2 /, and then the name of the computer. The name of the computer is what designates everything. Right now you'll see here I'm sharing a printer, I'm sharing a music folder, a movies folder, TV show folder, my wife's folder, sharing another folder called shared, which just a bunch of shared documents, and then I'm sharing my entire users folder, which is everything on my computer. So the way to do this, and just very simply what I wanted to say in regards to networking, is that when you go about sharing, right, you also have advanced sharing when you can set custom permissions. The way Windows has it built in a very simple way is that you just right click on a folder, view its properties, go to sharing, click on the share button, and you could choose everyone or specific people and what they're able to do with the folder. Now in advanced sharing, another thing I actually like to do this also is when you go to share this folder, you can give it a particular share name. like test, for example. And then there's a little bit more advanced permissions here. You can allow full control of the folder, you can deny, and you can add on particular, this is like on a domain level, on a server level. This is not something you guys want to be doing really. I really want to focus more on the easy way of doing it. Suppose you're in a big office network and you want to go with advanced sharing and you're on an Active Directory, you can actually focus on adding more people. You can just click on add and it's going to ask you which people in the Active Directory domain do you want to add in particular. So say I have 60 people in my office and I only want to share it with John, James, and Jane. I will type in their name, check them against Active Directory, and then I will be able to allow them particular permissions. But I'm not sharing this in a work environment. What I'm doing is I'm sharing it in a personal environment, and that's home. So doing that, I'm actually showing you how easy it is. So everything is by the network path, computer name, and then the entire directory of the folder or the structure set. So if I'm sharing something in C Windows, it's going to say elan_pc/c/Windows. Or / just Windows. I don't even have to put C because Elan PC is really the computer. I don't have to put C drive. Elan PC is the drive I'm connecting to. It is the shared server, more or less. I'm turning my computer into kind of like a home server. Another thing that's very important is that when you right-click your little icon on the bottom for your internet, you know you have a little internet icon on the bottom. It says what network you're connected to. When you right-click that and you go to Open Network and Sharing Center, and this is a dialog you've probably seen many times. It just tells you like how you're connected, you know, what's basically there. You'll see here I'm joined to a home group, and you can see here what I'm sharing through my home group. Home groups are really cool. I can't say I really use it much. I mean, they just try to make sharing more, what's the word? More easy or more understandable vocab-wise to people, verbatim, like share to a home group, where what you're really doing is you're creating a small network. And that's essentially what I just did over here. I'm basically creating myself a small network. So you could set up a home group. It's very, very simple to do, but I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do, what I'm focusing on, is the easiest way of sharing things. And that's by right-clicking something, mainly a folder, not just a file, go into its properties, go into the sharing tab, and then click on share. Make sure you designate everyone to be able to access it, because I'm assuming the majority of people that'll be seeing this are small offices that want everyone. And you'll be given, don't forget to give them the read and write privilege, otherwise they're not going to be able to make changes to these files. That means that if my wife decides to open up my shared folder, go into my folder and open up Notepad, for example, she won't be able to make changes to that text file. Why? Because I only give her read privilege. But if I give her write privilege, she can even delete it. So remember, it's a little dangerous to share write privileges also, because that means anyone in your home that can access your computer can basically connect. So another thing you should know also is the computer doesn't necessarily have to be logged in. You just turn the computer on, and as long as the computer is on, even without you putting in a password to log in, the shared file is still available. And the way to connect to a shared computer is just by simply typing in 2 forward slashes and just typing in the computer name. So here in my case, I'm just typing in Elan PC, and you'll see here it's coming up. So that's how you share on a small network. That's really what I wanted to really main focus the video about. A lot of people are wondering, well, how do I share? Well, this is how you share. It's very, very simple. So I'm going to delete this now, and I'm going to go to another form of sharing. So let's say I have someone in another state who wants me to send them a file, and the file is ginormous. As you know, there's a cap on emails. You can't send more than, let's say, I don't know, 10 megs. Let's say I have a 100 meg file, right? I have a 100 meg file. How do I get that file over to them? Well, if you looked at my other video, I actually showed a tutorial about this. There's a video called Office 2013 in SkyDrive that I made, and it shows you how to use SkyDrive, which is a cloud. And I'm going to go back and touch on that real quick. You'll see here that now I have a SkyDrive folder. SkyDrive folder that's basically connected over with all my documents and everything really I have that I work on online, Office 365 and web apps. So with SkyDrive, which is a cloud, I'm able to upload a file to the cloud and share that file with somebody. I don't have to email it to them necessarily. I could just upload the file over to my SkyDrive directly from my computer. So I can make here, let's say, here, I have a sample folder here on SkyDrive. And I can go and take a file, like for example, I'll take my friend's resume, and I'm going to drag it and drop it into this folder. See, I can drag it into this folder. And as soon as I'm done with that, I can right-click the file, go to my SkyDrive tab, and I could choose to share it, right? So what's going to happen now is that I'm going to have Internet Explorer pop up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to ask me for my username and password, but I think, oh, it already automatically logged me in. It actually let me in all on its own, which is very cool. Um, and let me go to my primary SkyDrive, and I'm going to show you right now what I'm going to do. SkyDrive gives you about 7 gigs of data for free. It's very, very simple. I do have a public folder. I don't want to use my public folder because say I want to share with a specific person something. So here, let me just quickly log into my SkyDrive. Now keep in mind what I'm trying to explain to you is that a cloud service, um, a cloud service is very good because you can actually host things online. Um, and you can share those things with other people as links. Okay, so you see my SkyDrive now has my friend's resume in it. And I just clicked it and you see Word is going to open up and here's his resume. So now I want to share this document with somebody. So I can just click on it and I can choose sharing, right? And I can send this file in an email to somebody. All I got to do is type in the email address. I can also post it to LinkedIn. And I can also get a link for it. I can create a link. I can create a link for someone to only view the file. I can create a link for someone to view and make changes to the file so I can then download it myself. Or I can make it public so anybody who has access to my public folder can view this file. So that's really the main beauty of this. So if I download a movie and I want to share the movie with a family member who's not around, in my apartment, and I can't necessarily just share the folder because sharing only works when you're on an internal network. What I could do is I can create a SkyDrive account, which I already have, and I can upload the movie to SkyDrive and just create a link for viewing or make it public. Send them the link through email, just like there is send an email over here. They can download it over on their computer, and then I delete it from SkyDrive. So that's just an example of how you can share. So this is like cloud networking, where you can share files with people. Also, there's a great service online called what is the name of the service? It's called usendit.com. And it's basically just a platform for sending extremely large emails. I believe they only do up to 1 gig. They do have a free trial. I don't do free trials. I just do things for free. Um, I don't like to pay for things like this. But with usendit.com, essentially it's the same thing SkyDrive does, except you just select a file, put in your email, who it's to, then you click on send. So you have about up to 1 gig to send big files over. Or you could do the very next best thing, which is sign up for a SkyDrive account. You don't need Microsoft Office, just like I have it, but I do recommend look at my YouTube videos. I do have a SkyDrive an Office 2013 video up. I believe I made it by last week. And it shows you how to use SkyDrive and all the cool things you could do with it. And there's another cool thing you can do with it. You can share things over the web through the cloud. So just to recap of this video real quick, remember, if you want to share something with somebody in your home, in your office, anything you want, you can just create a folder, right-click that folder, go over to sharing, make sure that it's shared by clicking the share button, assign it to, let's say, everyone in your network. Now, people must be on the network, either Wi-Fi or with a cable, but they must be connected to the same access point, the same router. The computer must always be on, always be on. If my computer is off, anything I'm sharing is going to be inaccessible. Once you have a folder that's shared, anything you drop in that folder would automatically inherit those sharing privileges and become shared as well. And that's how you share on an internal network. And if you want to share something across the board, for example, outside the network, just go on Microsoft. Like I said, if you watch my other video, go on Microsoft, go to live.com, sign up. You'll get SkyDrive. This is SkyDrive right here. It's a part of my computer. Another great service you could do is download Google Docs, Google Drive. I also have a Google Drive account here. Take a look. This is my Google Drive account. It's very similar to SkyDrive. These are two clouds that I'm using at the same time, both of them connected to my computer, and I'm able to either select to upload to Google Drive or upload to SkyDrive. Whichever one that I upload to, it's going to become online. It's going to become pretty much live, and I'll be able to share it with other people. So that's really the idea. This is really what I wanted you guys to see, how to share, how easy it is to share. So if you haven't never known anything about sharing, you can actually share it to your iPad device, PDFs, ebooks you download online, your ebook readers. You can share it with laptops, netbooks, and things of that nature. And also, you can always FTP it to your web hosting. Like I have a FTP account, for example. I shouldn't really make a video about this as well, but I do have an FTP client. If you own your own website, your own web server, you can just upload a file to your web server and share it with a link. But with the use of today's technology, especially something like a cloud, like SkyDrive or Google Drive, You actually have that ability to do this without paying any money at all, having over 5 gigs of free transfer data, and you could share any file you wish that you want. And this is how you share files. Of course, you can always make a torrent as well. You can create a torrent if you want to share publicly, but that's a whole other topic. So that will be the conclusion of the video. Again, you can find this video and many more on my YouTube channel, or you can go over to my blog at dangerousstudio.com. Please subscribe if you like, and share with others. And thank you for watching my video. Bye.